Hello and welcome to today's short lecture. Sunday's lecture was long and hard to understand. And tomorrow, for those of you in the United States, is a big holiday, so today's lecture is going to be short and simple. Next Sunday, we'll talk more about the Great Wave and what Lantos and Master Teacher Todt have said about it. Today, we're still talking about the Great Wave, but I'm not going to read messages from them because they tend to be confusing. This is just to give you an overview of what we covered this last Sunday, and then we'll talk more about it this coming Sunday with more information and answer some of the questions, some of the many questions that have been sent in to us about this. So what is the Great Wave? The Great Wave is the process of creation. And the enlivenment of the Great Wave enlivens the golden form of creation, the great star of Genesis. That's why it is so important. The Great Wave is coming to Earth, and with it, the 81 toes of creation. The Great Wave, when it crests and it crashes down on itself, that spraying mist of sea spray, those are the toes of creation, the traces of empty sounds of creation. And all of creation emerges out of the toes of creation. So that's the basic concept of the Great Wave. Now, different parts of the Great Wave happen to be associated with your life. So, when we talk about enlivening the Great Wave, there is a direct benefit to doing it for all of creation. Enlivening the Great Wave benefits everyone on Earth and everything and everyone in all of creation. So enlivening the Great Wave is a great thing. How do we enliven the Great Wave? Specifically by enlivening the sacred sounds, the traces of empty sounds of creation, the toes of creation. There are special toes for all 81 seeds of creation. So we enliven the seeds of creation. We've been doing that the last few years using these seed phrases such as source of light, flying seed, therefore intent, that sort of thing. Those seed phrases using our Song of the Spheres, that's how we've been enlivening the 81 seeds of creation. But now we have a new way of enlivening the seeds, and it is with these special sounds. Lantos refers to these toes, these traces of empty sounds of creation, as primordial sounds, sonic absolutes. And he has made it clear that enlivening the seeds using these sonic absolutes is more effective, offers greater benefit than enlivening the seeds using the simple seed phrases. So we enlivened the seeds using the seed phrases to get us to the point where this became a possibility. Now, this is a possibility, and it is better. So now we enliven the seeds using the toes of creation. But there's more, and that is that some of these toes will offer a direct benefit to you in your life. And this is where Lantos has said that there are personal sacred sounds, 24 personal sacred sounds grouped into 8 sets of 3 sounds. Those 8 sets relate to 8 different seeds, and they involve your inception and your reflection. They also involve education, success, love, abundance, health, and curse. So then we go through those and find out what they mean. To enliven these areas, we simply enliven the toes, the personal sacred sounds associated with those seeds. So if your inception seed is seed number 1, you enliven the inception seed by enlivening the sacred sounds associated with seed number 1. And on like that. Now, you can see the Great Wave next to me, and let's take a look at that primordial verse of the Great Wave. No trace of empty scattered is ever lost. This is what Master Teacher Todt told Cindy. And then Lantos also spoke about it some more, but Master Teacher Todt associated each word with one of these 8 areas of your life. He said that reflection is actually where it starts, with the first word, know. And he said that it is the intent of fullness to discover non-fullness within itself. Lantos mentioned that about the reflection being related to know. Tote mentioned it, and then Lantos mentioned it. So the reason I get that mixed up sometimes, Master Teacher Tote gave Cindy this information about the Great Wave, about the primordial verse, and which words relate to which aspects of your life. But then just a couple days later, Lantos gave Cindy a very long message that I read to you last Sunday, talking about the exact same thing so that Cindy could understand it some more. Inception relates to trace. Lantos said, arrival of fullness through the process of the curling wave onto the value of empty, emergence of form, inception. All that means is that those 2 words, know relates to reflection, trace relates to inception. You don't need to understand that, just know that it is where they come from, and that's where they're located on the Great Wave. Education relates to the word of. And he said Lantos said it is acquiring knowledge, and he said illumination required to gain fullness. Only light alters the state of darkness. It offers illumination to return to the source. And what that means is that this aspect of education is going to be important for everyone, not just people who are currently in school at some level, but for everyone. Success, this relates to the word empty. Lantos explained the seed value of success lies within the curl of the Great Wave. That's where success is located on the Great Wave. Abundance relates to the word scattered. The seed value of success lies, the seed spray is scattered. Abundance emerges. Enlivening this seed value generates the value on the outer layers of expression. Abundance, prosperity. Love. This relates to the word is. And Lantos said, love is. There is nothing more basic, more fundamental in creation than love. Love is. To enhance the value of love in the outer layers, one enlivens the seed of love within the Great Wave. Health. This relates to the word ever. And Lantos said sustainability, preservation of existence, health, longevity, balance to maintain. Finally, curse. This one, Tote said that it relates to the word lost. And Lantos explained, using the same types of words that Tote said just a couple days earlier, he said, the veil which cloaks one from the light of grace. This seed is embedded deep within the curl of the wave. And though this position is fully engulfed by the presence of the wave, it believes itself to be alone, cut off from the radiance of the fullness of the wave. Enlivenment of this seed lifts the veil. Curse may present itself in material form as addiction, depression, or an abundance of obstacles and challenges. And remember, we heard other things from Master Teacher Tote about curse as well, talking about things like physical deformities. So many different things that relate to curse. Okay, so now you're sitting there thinking, I thought this was going to be simple, and you've just confused me again. So let's take a step back and look at it, just simply what you need to understand. The Great Wave is the process of creation. It is coming to Earth, and it is a significant achievement because it is through the Great Wave that we will have the golden form and the great star of Genesis. The Great Wave disperses the 81 toes of creation. The 81 toes of creation, it is out of that all of creation forms. And of those 81 toes of creation, there will be 8, technically 24 sacred sounds in 8 groups of 3 that are most closely related with your life, with your existence. We're all very familiar with inception and reflection because the last few months we've been using the whisper of the seeds, the moon seeds, to enliven our inception and reflective inception seeds throughout the night as we sleep. But now we have 6 more areas of life that are directly strengthened, enhanced, benefited by enlivening toes of creation. They are education, success, love, abundance, health, and curse. And you can think of curse simply as removal of obstacles. But it also helps to understand the basic concept. Negativity attacks you, and then it has a negative impact on your life. And enlivening the curse seed removes the binding influence of negativity on your life. This is why these are so important. Enlivening these 8 areas, these 24 personal sacred sounds, will have a fundamental effect on your life. But they also benefit everyone else, because every time you enliven the toes of creation, you strengthen the great wave. You enliven the great wave, and that also enlivens the golden form of creation. So that's what the personal sacred sounds are. That's what these 8 areas of the great wave are, and what they mean to you in your life. Okay, we're going to end it at that point. I just wanted to make sure you understood those 8 areas of the great wave and how we enliven them and what they mean to you. And on Sunday, we'll talk more about it and get deeper into detail. Those of you in the United States, have a happy Thanksgiving. Those of you everywhere else around the world, have a great rest of your week. I'll speak with you again on Sunday.